Welcome back to the Relius Reviews. Today's review is focused on Dave, Season 2, Episode 3, entitled The Observer. And the official synopsis of The Observer is Dave and Benny's friendship blossoms in strange and unexpected ways, leading them to confront questions of privilege, race, sexuality, and demonology. Meanwhile, Mike's isolation deepens and a chance encounter sheds light on the root of his anger. This was perhaps one of the weirdest episodes that I've seen because of just how extremely wild that it got at the very beginning. So here's my episode recap and review. Here it is. So the episode begins with Dave and Benny hanging out. And at first, it just seems like two normal buddies just hanging out. But then there is a crazy segment that lasts for about 2 to 3 minutes of Dave and Benny acting like prison pen pals on some Fleece Johnson type of time. And if you do not know who Fleece Johnson is, you will not get the reference. They don't show that, but some of the things that they're doing makes it seem as if they're prison pen pals. So the episode continues and Dave and Benny are continuing to hang out. Mike, on the other hand, is just at the house with nobody to talk to, just bored out of his mind and kind of, I would say, lonely and everything about it, as it is his birthday and nobody has told him happy birthday, and nobody ever does in this episode. And Mike tries to figure out what to do while trying to figure out where Dave is at. So then, meanwhile, Dave and Benny are continuing to hang out, doing more questionable things together that includes peanut butter and gum. And so Gata, Dave's hype man, calls him up, talks to him with his friend, and they visit, and they all see the weirdness that Dave and Benny are doing. Gata and his friend, they don't care, but Gata's friend is an EMT, and Benny describes some of the things that him and Dave were doing today, and this something bad happens to the point that Benny has to go see a doctor because it might be something serious related to like cancer, but it turns out to just be hemorrhoids. Still crazy, still a little bit bad. And at the doctor's office, Dave sees that Allie was there and he tries to call her and I think text her, but she blocks him. And he now tries to figure out what's going on with that. Meanwhile, Mike's isolation continues as he doesn't have nobody to talk to, and he sees on camera that someone left a poop bag in his trash after receiving a couple of notes from the observer telling him to like pick up packaged peanuts and everything. And his isolation, his anger gets the best of him. He doesn't do anything stupid, but then he realizes as to like why he's like upset, why he's not happy in a way. So then the episode continues and we finally see Allie for the first time since season 1. And Dave finds out why Allie was at the doctor's office, and that's because she needed prescription pills, Oxycontin, as she has gotten surgery to remove something from her back. So then Allie asks David to help her replace a bandage on her back since she can't get it. And then long story short, Dave ends up throwing up on her back. And I think it gets to the wound as well, effectively ending the episode at that point. Like I said, this episode is pretty weird, and I can see some people not liking this episode at all because of the beginning, maybe even turning off the episode before the episode ends. But so yeah, what I would say, what I've enjoyed about this episode would probably have to be Gata and his friend, as they were the comedic relief, and also Allie Seeing her back for the first time since season 1 was pretty good as well. I felt sorry for Mike as nobody told him happy birthday. Nobody was there to like to talk to him, like just to hang out with him, to make music or whatever. And yeah, that was pretty much it about this episode. And I would say maybe a few predictions now since this episode is over is that I have a feeling that Dave and Mike are going to have some type of falling out because of the music not being made this season. Dave and Allie, too early to tell. They might get back together. They might not, but I don't know. But yeah, that is the end of my review. This was a really, really, really weird episode. The beginning of it is extremely wild. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comments. And until next time, goodbye.